Nona Peltier. Thanks, Anna. Nona Peltier sitting beside me in the Auckland studio. On the other side of me, hi Nona. Wages are rising as companies scramble to fill skilled roles. I have a sneaking suspicion some of our listeners might be surprised to hear wages.
I guess they think they might be. Yeah. However, I tell you, apparently, no, things are changing up.
Right. Whereabouts and what kind of increases are we talking about?
Well, we're talking about jobs everywhere, pretty much everywhere. There are jobs that are going, with nobody applying for them, basically. So the regions are trying to attract people, Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch to a lesser extent, but certainly in the big city, there's a lot of jobs that are being advertised, particularly in construction, finance, technology. So yesterday we had the ANZ job ads, and they said, well, you know what? Cameron Bagri, who's the chief economist at the ANZ, he's saying that, look, we're going to start seeing wage pressures arriving late this year, for certainly in 2018, and as unemployment rate falls, like we're at 4.9% right now, he's expecting that to fall a bit further.
So wage pressures mean what for the Reserve Bank? Is anyone discussing that yet, or is it too soon?
They're basically saying that right now it hasn't actually caused any concern to the Reserve Bank. So we're not talking about that. However, TradeMe, who keeps track of job ads, they just released a statement today saying that jobs advertised, this is average construction jobs advertised in Auckland, have risen 21% this past month in June over the year earlier. 21%.
Year on year, that's a big increase.
That's a big increase. We're talking about an average of $99,000 compared with $82,000 the year earlier. And interestingly, I spoke with the managing director of Robert Half New Zealand. That's a recruitment company that specializes in finance and tech jobs. She said that recently she helped somebody look for a job, and another employer, same job, went from $60,000 to $80,000. That's a 33% increase. So she said typically you would expect 3 to 7%, 7% being on the upper edge. We're seeing that in some cases those increases are even greater than that.
I can hear the text starting in now from people saying, show
Where's those jobs? I want one of those jobs. Okay, well, anyway, I'm sorry.
Well, you can only, okay.
That's the way it is. So I guess if you have the right skills. However, I have to say, Robert Half, Megan Alexander said, you can't appear too greedy when you front up for a new job, because if you're looking like you're only in it for the money, you might not get that job. So be careful.
Right.
Negotiate carefully. Look humble as you
flout your
Kendrick Lamar amazing skills that are in hot demand.
Thanks, Nona. What happened on the markets today?
Well, actually, the New Zealand market did pretty good compared with the rest of the region. Asia's been a bit off since, few missiles being launched into the Sea of Japan, etc. Yeah, that's not helped the markets there much. Also, some uncertainty about where the U.S. Federal Reserve is going with interest rates. It's not decisive. So anyway, we've seen some changing, I guess maybe a subdued market is the best way to describe it in Asia, and a little bit weak, but New Zealand's top 50 index rose 0.4% today. That's pretty good, up 34 points to 7,630, just within a hair's breadth of our all-time high. And the dollar, steady, 72.7 US cents, 95.7 Australian, and 56.2 British pence.
Nona Peltier, as always, thank you very much.